All right, Kenny here with chapter 10. The first one they had us do is a Midi Looper. So here we have the key object, spacebar action again. The timer is an interesting one. This is how we create the tap tempo. Uh, so when you hit the spacebar, you tap your tempo, which goes into and it basically tells the tempo object what tempo to change it to. This is where it gets a little hairy. This is a new object, the exclamation point divided 6,000. That's like how many milliseconds you have to divide. I have to reread it a couple times, but anyway. Then we get down to here, the if function, which is a new one. It seems like it's similar to the Excel function in Microsoft, but basically it's saying if the first inlet is greater than or equal to 30, then it'll send the tempo out, and then what this does will round that number. So as you see, it's 36. 36 is actually, and then it goes to 36 instead of a 36. 36. These are floating numbers. I'm sorry. This one and this one. Or no, I'm sorry. This one and this one. And these are all three different basically MIDI tracks that we can loop over top of one another. I have not been able to get the read sample ode mid to work, but I'll just at least click this so you can see that it does. And then as we do this, it'll change the tempo, but only within these parameters. So if it doesn't get up to 30, it doesn't come through. And these are loopers, so when these are clicked, it should loop exactly what you send in through your MIDI. I got it to work once with sound to come out, but I don't know why it's not doing it now. But that's that one. Next we have the multi-slider step sequence. This is awesome. So I'll just go ahead and turn it on and just start to show you. So that's going to be our bass, and then once we get to the values, that's our snares, and then down here is going to be our hi-hat. So what's happening here is the counting 1 through 32. So we looked at that one before when we did our chord progressions. These numbers here correlate to the MIDI channel 10, which is the drum percussion. So each one of these numbers represents the kick, the snare. This is the hi-hat close, the hi-hat open. So whenever we adjust these, this multi-slider, where it's at right now with nothing up is 0. When it's up here, it's 1. When it's up all the way, it's 2. So that's why we have the select 1 and 2, select 1 and 2. So when you get that that number sent out, it sends the 1 here whenever 1 populates in here, and then when 2 comes through, it comes here. And since these are 0, nothing comes through. So that's how we get the rhythm of the visual rhythm of the drums. Same thing on this side. The make note out just makes the noise. I can't remember off the top of my head what the fetch is again. I'm sure I'll just look it up again. But that's that one. They had make another one with some new stuff. So the transport object, which I can see being very useful. The time point object, which communicates with the transport object. So if we open up the transport object, rewind, go to make sure we start the metronome. I'm going to go ahead and just put some stuff in here randomly. And then you hit activate. What this does is once it hits the 4 bars, 2 beats, it should send out a bang, and then it changes it to quarter notes into the metronome. But it's just a different way to have, just like in Ableton has a global tempo. It's just another way to have your standalone patch have a global tempo. I think that's it.